Are you looking for that one unique gaming experience that you didn't know you wanted? Have you always wondered what a first-person platforming suspense survival game would be like? Have you ever given in to the temptation to play Tomb Raider with your eyes closed? Well, look no further as I have just the game for you. I am Jimmy Bones for CrossForge Gaming and I welcome you to Scanner Sombre. Scanner Sombre was developed by Introversion Games, a smallish indie studio formed in London in 2001. It was released this year and came to my attention via an explosion of sponsored posts on Facebook, as well as a sale on Steam, where presently this charming bit of programming can be had for a mere $9.50 US. The game opens with you waking in a small tent filled with duffel bags and a picture of your family. There is very little lighting, and no direction as to what you're supposed to do aside from an annoying beep and a flashing light not too far outside the opening of the tent. Upon reaching the flashy light, you are introduced to the eponymous scanner and its viewfinder, which is reminiscent of an Oculus Rift. Beyond the simple instruction of how to scan, there is very little information as to how to proceed. But scan you must, as where your nameless character finds himself is pitch black and you cannot see a thing. The scanner, however, sprays particles of light which stick to surfaces, slowly revealing your surroundings and allowing you to see the area. The distance from your person is determined by the color of the light. Warmer colors are closer than cooler colors. Other information within the game is also very sparse. There is no HUD to speak of, which doesn't particularly matter as you have no health to monitor, no weapons to target, and no mini-map to reference. The only thing within your field of vision is simply that, your field of vision. That is until you locate upgrades to your scanner throughout the course of your exploration of the caves in which you find yourself. Once you have found these upgrades, you get more very minimalist instructions and only a very small counter in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. The story elements to this game are very minimalist as well. You're treated only to the barest of musings on the protagonist's memory whenever you locate an interesting area or artifact, and over the course of the game, these little bits of information lead to an ultimately predictable yet deeply saddening conclusion. I personally bought, played, and beat this game in less than 2 hours, all in one sitting. Once you have finished the story and ended your game, you are given the option to start a New Game Plus, where you start over with all the upgrades that you gathered the first time through. Unfortunately, I don't think that this will help with the experience much, as beating the game once was adequate, and the upgrades you acquire for the first playthrough won't really increase the enjoyability of the first half of the game where those upgrades were not initially available. They would simply make that part of the game easier. My assessment of the game's replayability is not particularly high. This game, though, is all about mood and atmosphere. The quirky functionality of the game's one hook serves it well, but I don't expect other games to try to emulate the scanner mechanic for more than perhaps a level or two over time. It wears away at you quickly, and a similar game much longer than this one would become stale very quickly. That being said, the visuals are astonishing, from the simplest aspect of the multicolored lights to the nifty way they cling to the environment. The whole tone of the game is very well preserved throughout the whole of the experience. The sound effects are likewise well done, from the scanner's low-volume whine to the sound of your footsteps on the various materials within the caverns, and the creepy atmospheric music that occasionally bursts into the scene with certain events. This is an amazing game. For the price, this experience was one that I would recommend to anybody, with the understanding that this is not a run-and-gun game. There are no enemies to shoot, and only a few ways to die, which usually consists of you falling into a deep chasm. This game will certainly test your problem-solving skills, but not really your twitch reflexes. Don't expect much help from the game itself. It has no interest in holding your hand, but it will happily tug at your emotions as you proceed through the sprawling caves and discover what there is to discover. So please tell me what you think about the review, and if you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe anyway. Thanks for joining us here at CrossForge Gaming, and have a nice day.